Never have a backup plan. I know that sounds pretty weird because it sounds pretty good to always have a backup plan in life when something doesn't go correctly. But I will say that if you have faith in God to the extent of where you don't need to have a backup plan in life, where you know God's going to take care of it, you know God's your provider, you know He is your healer, you're fine. You don't need a backup plan. You don't want to have that in the back of your mind either. Welcome back, everybody, to another video. Today I'm going to talk about how you can trust God completely and no longer be afraid of letting go, but letting God take care of your life. One of the things I do hear quite a bit is people are too afraid of losing themselves, their personality, their the way they think. They're afraid of losing what they love to do, or just whatever it may be, things that they like and things that of who they are. They feel like once you turn Christian that you won't be yourself. You're going to be like a robot, and you're just going to be a completely other person, that you won't be able to think the way you used to think, and that you won't have any of the things that you like now from when you do turn Christian. And the reason why I'm making this video is because when I got this tattoo a few weeks back, for 7 hours straight, we're just talking about this exact subject. And I wanted to explain it to you guys now because this was one of the things that he was worried about. Is he didn't want to lose himself. He didn't want to stop doing what he loves to do. Felt like he wouldn't be himself once he's Christian. He was telling me that there was his brother or his cousin. He respects him and loves this guy, but he doesn't like the way he lives. He lives like a weird or different lifestyle than him, and he just didn't want to live the way he was living. Not because he was Christian, but the way he was living, and he thought that's how Christians would live. And he's like, I want to do what I want to do, and I want to be me, and I want to do what I like to do. And I told him, I said, God takes things away, but the thing people get wrong about it is that God takes away the negative things. He takes the things that aren't good, things that don't need to be there, that won't let God protrude your life. So He's not going to take away your passions. He's going to take away the things that don't need to be there, things that will corrupt your bond with God. Meaning if it's depression, anxiety, anger, anything like that, or things that are negative in a sense of pushing you farther away, as in, always wanting to get drunk, always wanting to go to these bad parties and such like that. Now, these are things that he wasn't worried about those type of things. The thing is when you turn Christian, you will notice a difference in yourself. And in the moment in time when you're worried and in fear of turning Christian because you're going to lose what you like to do, you like to get drunk, you like to party, you like to do these things. But when you let God in and you see God in a different perspective, and that you can be a better person, a different person, a new creation in Christ, you now don't even care about these other things that you like to do, these getting drunk, going to parties. You don't care. You completely want to let it go because you want to see more of God. You want to know more about Him, and you want to just let go of this because you know it can slow you down. These are decisions you make yourself. He's not putting anything that's going to force you to do this. This is all about free will. He wants you to follow Him. He's going to give you all the things you need to get a hold of Him. But it's up to you if you want to follow that or not. And you will want to once you turn Christian, or a real one at that. If you're a Christian but you really don't want to let go of your past things, then you're really not going to be in a good place, because then you're just going to be going back and forth with Christian things in your old life, and it never combines well, and it's not meant to. So then you'll always struggle and you'll get stuck. You have to let go of yourself. You have to trust God that He's got a hold of you and that He knows what's best for you. And if you like to skateboard, He's not going to take away you. You'll be your number one biggest fan. The thing is He only gets rid of the negative things, but you need to trust Him and let Him do that, and not try to do it yourself and try to get rid of depression yourself and try to do these things alone. But it's supposed to be a teamwork. You won't go anywhere without trusting Him. The Bible wouldn't even exist. Even the stories, Moses wouldn't have been able to split the sea. Jesus had faith knowing that when he dies, that he could save his family for those who believe. David trusted God that he would protect him from Goliath. The Bible is full of stories and experiences of having trust and faith in God. Peter couldn't walk on water without trust, without the faith, but then he sank because of the doubt, of the fear, of the winds, the storm. The fear will lie to you like it did to Peter when he fell. To see the miracles of God, it starts with having your belief in God. Belief is a powerful thing, but it's also what's after that. You can believe in God, but it doesn't mean much unless you have faith and trust in the Lord and you love him. Because I can believe in God just as much as Satan believes in God. He believes in God just as much as we do. But it's the faith, the love that we have for him that means something. We have to give it our all. And when it comes to times of trouble and you really don't want to trust God all the way, but you feel like you need to because you're Christian, and he is the provider, he's the answer. What happens sometimes is we will trust God to a certain extent that if the prayer or whatever just doesn't work, we have a backup plan to go do this or that. Backup plan is called doubt. Never have a backup plan. I know that sounds pretty weird because it sounds pretty good to always have a backup plan in life when something doesn't go correctly. But I will say that if you have faith in God to the extent of where you don't need to have a backup plan in life, where you know God's going to take care of it, you know God's your provider, you know he is your healer, you're fine. You don't need a backup plan. You don't want to have that in the back of your mind either, that if something doesn't work with me and God, then I need to hurry up and have this other thing happening over here so that the problem gets solved. The world will try its hardest to make sure that it gets God out of the picture in your life. The world doesn't want you to have God even as a possibility. The world has gone to where your mind is such a powerful place to where you can even heal yourself now. You don't even need God anymore. You don't need to trust him. You don't need to have faith in him, because now you can cure blindness. You can literally heal people. You can heal yourself with just the power of your mind. You don't even need God anymore. Why follow God anyway if you could literally just do it yourself? But the problem is it's not about the healing, but it's about the healer and why that miracle just happened. Because the only reason why he heals is so that you can see his love for you. It's not just an action. It's not just something he just does like, boom, you're healed, okay, on to the next one. And then that person that just got healed, that's never experienced this, that's never been whatever it may be, it's not just supposed to just be a physical miracle. But it's this physical miracle that changes the way you think. It changes the way you just perceived God beforehand, before this happened. It just changes you completely. It's changed a lot of people when they get healed for the first time and seeing God move in their life in front of them. Because when you have faith in God, it changes your life, not just a specific situation of healing you in this way, but God changes your entire life to where if you just trust him completely, you won't be so scared to lose yourself. You'll notice that he just did this for me. This is incredible. I want to know more about this God that you're talking about. And so the world will continue to try to scare you about God, about you're going to lose yourself. So overall, to stop being scared, to having that fear of losing yourself, of when bad situations are happening in life and you don't know how to have the complete faith to get rid of this problem, is to pretty much just let go. Is when your mind wants to think or worry or remove that thought, enter a state of prayer and peace so that you know that God is with you and he always knows better. But you need to have faith in your prayers. You need to have that peace, because fear is a liar. And when you fear, it's not from God and it's not anything that he wants you to have. So when you have a sensation of fear of going towards God, then there's obviously something that's trying to get in the way of you getting closer. I hope this video helped you out understand how to remove that fear. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If it did help, like and subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Messenger out.